Coach Ally, a couple weeks in, can you just talk about the progression of your defense to this point?
You know, I think we've done a better job, especially in the last 2 days, of putting everything together from what we've been learning. We demand a lot of our guys. We want a high level of performance, a high expectation that they have to learn it and they have to execute it. And so I think it's finally slowed down for them a little bit the last 2 days. So that's been good to see. We're still working a little bit on finishing because we had a couple opportunities to end the game today and went right through our hands. So got to work through that, and we'll keep progressing towards the first game that way.
Coach Rodriguez, I know, talks a lot about situations, and you guys put your team in so many different situations in practice. How key is that as you get prepared for the season, just to maybe have them ready for – I know you're not going to be ready for everything, but as much as you can be.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that our guys have to understand is what situation we're in. A lot of times they go out there and tell them, and it still doesn't compute. Hey, it's 4th and 14 with 3 seconds left. Back up. And so that's kind of the challenge right now. But do it in practice. Hopefully we can get it corrected here. And when we get to the game, it becomes second nature for the guys.
Big evaluation part of camp right now. You've had a couple of live full practice. You had full pads practices. You had a scrimmage the other day, another one coming up. How important is it now to just try to find those guys that you can go with on game day?
I think we got 5-6 practices left before we start truly game prepping, and so they got to show what they can do. Some positions are pretty well solidified right now, and then there's a few I can think of off the top of my head that I got no idea who the starter is going to be. And so they got an opportunity in the next 5-6 days to be the best player, the highest graded guy, and hopefully they'll win the job and we can come out there with a good starting 11. But for me, I tell our guys this all the time, like, a starter might play 50% of the game, and then 2 other guys might play 30 and 20%. So just because you get to go out there first doesn't mean that we don't need everybody to raise their level of play, because even if you might be the starter, when you sub in, that other team might not sub in, so you got to play the same level.
Every defensive guy we've talked to has said one word that's been the same, and it's been relentless. Can you talk about that with your team?
Yeah, I think we preach it every day as a staff and try and demand it from our players that, excellence is a standard. We play to a standard all the time, and nothing is allowed less than that standard. And so trying to be relentlessly pursuing that every day, it goes into everything we do. And so that's what we've been talking about. So the culture we want to have on defense is just disciplined, tough, and committed. And then we say that equals relentless defense. And so I want guys to feel the presence of the defense physically, like around the ball, swarming, confusing the quarterbacks. All of that's important to me. So hopefully the messaging is getting through a little bit then.